Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the channel. We're back with another IKON Mountain review. Today, we're headed to LOON Mountain Resort in New Hampshire's White Mountains. If you're planning a trip out east, this one's a classic, family-friendly, freestyle focus, and packed with New England charm. Let's break it all down. If you want to tag along for all future adventures, make sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get to the video. LOON Mountain is in Lincoln, New Hampshire. This is one of the destinations on the IKON Pass and the only New Hampshire destination on the pass. You get 7 days of access on the full pass and 5 days of access on the base pass. One thing to mention is that LOON requires reservations before arrival, so make sure you head on over to the IKON Pass website before making your trip to the mountain. The mountain itself has around 400 acres of skiable terrain. You'll get 667 meters of vertical drop with a summit of 930 meters. There are 13 lifts in total, serving everything from beginner greens to expert blacks. Just to know, they do have enough expert terrain to keep advanced skiers entertained, but it's not an expert heavy mountain overall. Snow-wise, you can expect typical New England conditions: groomers, packed powder, and about 420 centimeters of average snowfall. But they do have snowmaking on a good percentage of the terrain, so coverage is manageable even in the lean years. Parking is free and open to day guests. Parking lots do fill up, especially on weekends, holidays, event days, and powder days, so plan ahead. If you're traveling in an electric vehicle, 13 EV charging stations are available. There are plenty of lots to choose from depending on what base you want to stay at. All the spots taken? No problem. There are a bunch of overflow parking lots that offer shuttle service to the base. Free shuttles are available to any open base area Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m., and then 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. Weekdays and holidays operate on a slightly different schedule, 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. and then 12:30 to 5 p.m. In the winter, they do not allow any oversized vehicles. Your vehicle must be under 8 feet wide and 21 feet long to properly fit in a parking spot. There is absolutely no overnight parking. I'll get into a good place to park overnight later in the video. Ability-wise, the mountain breaks down into about 19% beginner, 53% intermediate, and 28% advanced. LOON has 3 main peaks. North Peak sits at 930 meters, LOON Peak sits at around 833 meters, and South Peak stands at 750 meters. Most of the peaks offer more advanced terrain with beginner ways to get down. However, one wrong turn and your green run can easily turn into a blue square or black diamond. To avoid this completely, first-timers can head on over to the escape route parking lot and ride the Timber Town Quad for a more beginner experience. If you do want more advanced terrain without the crowds, head on over to South Peak. The variety of black diamonds with the option of some blues is perfect if you just want to cruise or if you want to try out some of those ground tricks you've been working on. You'll find some gladed tree runs like Little Sister's Glade and Undercut, but these are very weather dependent and will probably be at their best late January through February. Usually. Maybe. The longest run you will find is Bear Claw Upper and Lower. It's a green beginner run around 4 kilometers long. The terrain parks can be quite the draw. This is usually the case when skiing or snowboarding in the east, as we don't normally get that fluffy powder like the west does. So we ride park, and LOON has a variety to choose from. You can start small in the progression parks and work your way up to the LOON Mountain Park. They offer stash parks if you prefer more natural jibs and terrain, and they even have secret parks that pop up throughout the year, all left up to the park crew's imagination. Let's get into lift systems. LOON has 13 lifts in total, 1 gondola, 1 8-person bubble chair, 3 high-speed quads, and the rest are a mix of regular quads, doubles, and surface lifts. A major highlight is the Kankamagus 8, an 8-person, heated seat, high-speed bubble chair that opened in 2021. It's such a nice ride up, they might never want to get off, especially on those windy, gust-filled days. They've invested a lot in upgrades over the years, including expanding the South Peak for extra terrain and capacity. On weekends and holidays, it can get busy. The lines for the gondola and Kank 8 can get pretty long, but on weekdays, crowds are pretty minimal. South Peak is also a good bet for avoiding the longest lines, even on busier days. For food on the mountain, you've got some options. If breakfast or lunch with a view is calling your name, the Summit Cafe serves up year-round dining alongside stunning scenery of the White Mountain peaks. Indoor and outdoor seating make it the perfect spot to grab breakfast or lunch in any season. If you're looking for something simple and a quick bite, the Octagon Lodge is a classic cafeteria stop. Governor Adams Lodge has a bigger food court with more choices. Most of the lodges offer free day cubby/locker services, a water bottle refill station, and lots of seating, and a nice place to rest for a few minutes before getting back on the slopes. If a heartier breakfast or lunch is more your style, Camp 3 will be the perfect mid-mountain stop. Camp 3 is a traditional log cabin lodge, built on the site of an old logging camp. Everything about it, from its log cabin design to its hearty menu, harkens back to that past. For more of an après vibe, the Paul Bunyan Room has you covered. According to their website, it's the birthplace of après at Loon. Here, they offer memberships to the Mug Club, which includes exclusive Bunyan Room sunglasses, first pour on the house, and a limited edition mug. As for lodging, there is one ski-in, ski-out option, and that's the Mountain Club on Loon. It is the only on-mountain resort you'll find at the mountain. As for pricing, they don't list the details on the website as you have to call in to get a rate. The accommodations do seem quite nice, and they even state that the guest rooms were not built with a cookie-cutter template, meaning that every room has its own unique design. Most lodging is in Lincoln itself, just a few minutes away. You'll find everything from budget motels to condos and vacation rentals. For those of you who bring your stay with you, there's a great place to stay and park over at the Beaver Brook Trailhead. It's $5 for the night and only 10 minutes away from the slopes. Would I recommend Loon? Sure. It's a pretty unique resort with a great layout and super easy to get around. The only downfall can be the weather, but that's the east for you. Always make sure to check the forecast ahead of time. For a low-key resort, they do a great job in upgrading and expanding. Because they have no base village, it seems that they can put more money onto the mountain itself rather than the shops, lodges, and restaurants. I personally prefer this. From family-friendly beginner runs to big and small terrain parks, solid intermediate cruisers, and a classic New England vibe, it's a well-rounded mountain that's worth the visit. So now you know everything I know about Loon Mountain Resort. If you have anything to add or if you're planning a trip, drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mountain reviews. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you on the slopes.